right, we are live today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome once again to Between Us or Entre Nos podcast with me, of course, Karina Garate, Realtor. This podcast is the only podcast in the industry that actually talks about agents, the real life, not just about transactions or winnings or how many transactions we closed. There's a lot of information for agents, for realtors, how to get better, how to sell more houses, how to get more listings, which is great. I love those all those YouTube channels and everything that help us growing. But this space, I decided to create this space because not too many people know what we do as realtors and who we are, and actually our daily routine, daily lives as moms, sisters, daughters, just a human being. And one of the things that actually made me do this is all these changes with the NAR lawsuits and just questioning our job and questioning our commissions. It really gets me like upset about how people don't know what we do and how important our job is. And when I hear those coaches saying, we're going to show you how to negotiate your commission, um, I do not negotiate my commission. What I negotiate is the best for my client. I can negotiate the best deal for my client, but I do not negotiate my commission. I always compare to if you go to an attorney office and you said, "Oh, it's a $500 per hour," and you said, "Oh, the other attorney is going to charge me $50." What did you get for response? It's like, okay, go to the next one and see if he's a real an attorney or what kind of service you're gonna get. And this is with us the same thing. When I go to appointments with clients and they just start like trying to negotiate my commission, saying that there's another agent charging 1% or 1.5 and instead of 3 or 4%. Um, I always say I'm not here to negotiate my commission. I'm here to show you how can I get a better negotiation for you to get the best deal for you. So, and that's because maybe people don't know what we do and how important our job is and how, I don't want to say hard because I love my job, but it is hard. It's people don't know what we go through. People don't know that we are working 3 months to get the check, and we are working unpaid until we actually close a transaction. And if that transaction doesn't go through, we don't get paid. So it's 3 or 4 months that we're working with one client to get paid. People don't know that, and we're still paying rent and all that stuff. So that's why I decided to do this small space for realtors to share our personal lives. And that's why the title is Between Us, Entre Nos. We're going to share things that maybe we haven't shared before with anybody. Um, we all just want to share our wins about how many transactions we close or how many clients we're helping, which is fine. Like I said, it's fine. I do that too. If you go to my social media, you're going to see all my production. But I want people to see us like behind the realtor, who is the person. And a lot of coaches also said, don't take it personal. I'm sorry, but I do take it personal because this is a personal event in every person's life. If you buy a house, if you sell a house, it is personal. How do they expect me not to get personal? I'm helping a person. I have to take it personal. So for me, real estate is not just a business like selling stocks or selling cars. It is something very personal. You're helping a person or a family to buy their first home where they're going to raise their kids, or you're helping a family to sell their house where they had a lot of good and bad moments and they're getting rid of their homes. So it is very personal. And that's why I always say, don't tell me don't take personal, because I do take personal because I'm helping people. And even though I love AI and technology, I think there's nothing more important than the personal touch that we can have with our clients. And that is just final word for me. So that's why this space, this podcast is just to know the person who's helping other people to reach their goals, their dreams, to help them with one of the most important moments in their lives, either selling or buying their home. So that's why it's very personal. We're going to talk about personal. And for that, I have a very special guest today. Her name is Kimberly Koch. Did I say
Koch.
Koch? Sorry, you know my accent.
It's
I'm
fine.
Hispanic. Kim is a very experienced agent, and she knows a lot about real estate, different markets. We're going to talk about that. But the most important thing about Kim what I have seen is her as a human being, as a person, as a wife, and you like yoga and you like Zumba and you do a lot of personal stuff. But what I have seen in our group of networking that we have, which I love it because we collaborate all the time, is that you are part of a team. And what I have seen is that this team, you have a lot of young
Yes.
agents, young people.
Yes.
But I'm talking about young, like not
New.
even millennials,
Right.
new and young.
Yes.
And they have some completely different point of view and different ways of doing things. And there is you, and I think Greg is the another agent
Yes.
that you guys are more seasoned.
Oh, yes.
But what I have seen is how you adapt and how you help. And in our industry, that is so important because there's a lot of competition instead of collaboration.
Mhm.
And
That's right.
for you to understand the way young agents, new, young, different generations do business, and the way you've been doing business for all these years, I don't think it's easy, but you make it happen and you actually make it as a collaboration and you guys work together.
Oh, yes.
I've seen you guys doing open houses together, events together, and you guys love each other.
Yes.
I think they're all kind of like right now watching our podcast because, oh my God, Kim is going to be there. It's like you are their idol. So I really want to congratulate you for that because not a lot of agents have that flexibility of adapting to new things, new markets, new, and also in a small team to have such a different backgrounds of
That's what
people.
makes it good.
Right.
Everybody adds something special. That's what makes it good.
And I love that from you,
Mhm.
Kim. So welcome and thank you for accepting my invite. Thank you to this podcast. And I want people to actually know who Kim is. Um, when did you start real estate? Why did you decide to get in this crazy industry, which we get so passionate about, but
Mhm.
it's not hard. It's not easy.
No.
And just welcome. Just share with us who you are, why real estate. I think you're from Florida, but you've been
Yes.
in some other states as well.
Mhm.
So we just want to know about you.
Well, thank you. And thank you again for having me. It means a lot. So thank you. I started, graduated high school with a performing arts degree. So I was ballet, tap, jazz, singing, looking to go into the theater, which my dad said, no, you've got to get a career first before you head out. So I said, okay, so dental hygiene for some reason. When I was in dental hygiene, I decided that wasn't for me. Headed up to North Carolina and was a substitute teacher with my son's class. I met a broker. He said, you have to be in real estate. I've met, you just were going to be so good. This was back in 2006. Okay, so I went at night, school at night, and I worked at the foundation at the hospital during the day. And I got my license and I worked for Keller Williams, became their broker in charge.
Wow.
And then the market started to tank, as you know. Some of the relaxed lending practices happened.
Yeah.
It really killed our market. The developers that I was working with went under. It was huge. It hit North Carolina big. The industry that I was in a resort area. So my clients didn't really feel it at first, but we did eventually. And then I ended up heading back to Florida.
Wow.
Yes, it was a great career. This was back when there was only a fax machine. You could not have your client sign online. You had to go meet them, sit on the porch, have a sweet tea, meet them, actually go over the contract with them, sign it, which gave me a good interpretation of contracts. I had explained it all the time. I couldn't just email it to them and say, sign here.
And that is so important to know, Kim, because right now you see a lot of, unfortunately, I have to say, a lot of agents that they think that people need to know everything and they just send the paperwork. Because right now we have the e-sign, we have everything,
Yes.
AI. So
Yeah.
people assume, or agents assume, that the buyer or seller should know what to do with the documents,
And they don't.
and they don't even explain to
How
them
can
what they're
they?
signing.
It's like, how would I know to build a pool and all of the details that go in it? How would I know to fix a cavity if I had to? I don't. So you've got to be able to trust your realtor. They have to know. They have to spend time with you. So I think that's what a lot that I bring into the young ones, because they haven't had that. I didn't have a cell phone. I defined where things went by a map, where the property was
When you
by
had
a
those
map.
maps.
Yes. I mean, it's a real different game now, and it's a lot faster. But
And you had to stop at gas station and just
yeah,
asking, where do I go?
yes, and they go down the road a piece, and you'll see the tree, and then you just take a left right there and go on down. Well, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of dirt roads. Anyways, it was a great career, and I loved it. So when I came back down to Florida after the whole 2008 fiasco, I said, I'm going to wait a little bit. I don't really want to do short sales. And I went back into the medical field.
Okay.
Okay. Went to work at the hospital, worked there for 7 years. And I saw the economy starting to go back up. And I said, I'm interested. I want back in. So I worked for 12-hour shifts, went to school at night, and got my license here. Unfortunately, it's not reciprocal.
Oh.
So I had to retake the
okay.
state test, did all that, got all ready to go. And now I've been licensed in Florida since 2015 and working full time in real estate.
And you quit your medical job.
Oh, yes.
All into real estate.
Yes, I just went full bore.
So you can say that real estate was it. That was your thing.
I love the people. I love helping people. Some of my clients end up, I've sold them 3 or 4 houses. Repeat business is one of the best things I have going for me right now, only because there's a lot of personal touches that I do with them, and I understand them. We become good friends and family. Some of these people after the closing will say, well, can I still call you?
Right.
You have it too.
Yeah.
Because you communicate everything all the time.
Yeah.
And protect them and take care of them and watch their time frames, their moving dates. A lot of the elderly have to downsize, and it's hard getting rid of those things and all of that.
Something that I heard the other day from one of the coaches that I always follow, and it's like there's no such a past client.
Right. No.
Your client is a present client. They're always going to be your clients. And more than a client, the word client or customer, it depends where you are.
Yeah,
it's a client, customer. It's too
like
business.
Yes, it's not really like that in real life. They
in
become
real
your
life,
friends.
they become part of your life. And I'm not saying you're a best friend and you're seeing these people every weekend.
You don't go out.
No, you don't
them,
go out.
Yeah.
But you know what's important for them? You get to know them so good that you know they have kids, their grandkids. I just have a client that I help them selling their house, buying another. She's always sending me the picture. Look, Karina, where I'm having my coffee in the morning with this view of the house that I helped them to survive. And they already had another grandchild. And that she's telling me all this stuff. And it's been like 3 or 4 years.
Right. Or they call you 3 or 4 years later and say, I really want to have a new landscaping. Who's your landscaper? Or, they, whatever they need, they still call you because they can trust you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what you build and that's what you do. And that's why this is so fun.
This is so important for our industry, because that's what people don't know.
Right.
That's what people don't know. The only thing that we agents decided to communicate, and I think it's part of this is our fault, because we don't communicate to our community, to the rest of the public.
On everything
What
that
do
we
we do?
do.
The only thing, you go to our social media,
Mhm.
and the only thing you see is some beautiful videos,
Oh,
very
yeah.
expensive,
Well, yes. You
expensive
don't know what we
videos
did to get the house ready.
showing the beautiful
Oh, yes.
house.
Oh, yes.
My new listing, my new just sold, happy buyers, happy sellers.
You did not know the negotiations that
But
went on in the
you don't
background,
know.
how you kept everybody calm. The gift of
Yeah.
keeping buyer and seller calm is a gift. And being able to make a smooth transaction when you've got some bumps in the road here that could be very serious. But
Exactly.
because you're experienced and you know at the end of the day, it's going to be okay. You know, we all are out for the best interest of everyone.
Exactly.
There's nobody here looking to, do anything wrong. We
Yeah.
want it all to go smooth for both sides.
For both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've had the pleasure working with you and working with other experienced agents. It's just a great, fun time because
Exactly.
they understand, they communicate with you. There may be a septic issue. They'll be right there with the inspector taking pictures and sending it to me because I have the listing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know exactly. Go ahead, do the repair. Or, because we're experienced, we're not seeing something like that and saying, oh my gosh. No, we're saying we know exactly what that needs.
Yeah.
And I know who to call to fix it or leave it open and have him come back the next day and fix it. That's the kind of experience you need.
That's the kind of experience that you need. And that's the kind of service that we
Right.
have to provide.
That's right.
It shouldn't be an option. It shouldn't
No.
be even like, oh, I'm a good agent because I do this. That should be part of our responsibilities to help our clients, to help our customers, to make it happen in the best way possible. It's like I had a meeting yesterday with a lot of my partners that I always try to put people together. I'm a connector. I
Yes.
love connecting
Yes,
people.
you are. Yes.
And I had a meeting yesterday with my insurance lady, with my contractor, they're not mine. They're just people that
Well,
actually they want to work, they want to help, and it's so
And if you called
important.
them, they would come like that.
They are
That's
they are
right.
right there for me.
Yes.
We had a Zoom call yesterday. It was like 8 of us: property management, insurance, lender, accountant, contractor, handyman, all of these people.
landscaper, everybody. Oh, yeah.
And we were thinking, we were like, okay, what can we do? We were just trying to figure out what can we do as a group to help our community, especially these days that people are too much in it, like these things.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like everything
That's
is
what we're
AI.
missing.
Everything is like, oh, I need a handyman. Let me see, handyman in Kissimmee. You have a lot of people
my.
handyman. You don't know who they are. You don't know
See,
who.
my people and your people, I would send to my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I have the
Exactly.
reputation I do, because I don't just let anybody go. And if I can go, I'll go.
Exactly.
And I prepare before the showings. I make sure the house is perfect. They don't see all of the extras we do. Running there, there's a showing at 3. I want to make sure there's fresh flowers, or I want to make sure there's water in the fridge, or the air's turned way down, whatever we need to do.
Exactly. And you send your best people, and it's safe. It's just, you can trust these people. They're going to do a good job, and they're going to treat your clients as their own family.
That's exactly
so that's
right.
so important. But another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Kim, is because I think it's so important. I'm in my 50s right now. My son is leaving, and we always talk about the empty nesters, like, oh my God, our kids leave, and we don't know what to do. And I don't want to be like, especially women that maybe didn't have a career before that,
Right.
or they had some kind of job, but now it's like, what do I do now? My kids are gone. The husband maybe still working, or maybe I'm a single mom. It's like, oh my God, what do I do now? And we are so afraid of making big moves, thinking that it's too late. What do you think about that?
I think that is the most ridiculous thing. There's no way. I think this is going to free up more time for you to create generational wealth, which is what you can do in this company.
Exactly.
And that's what you do. You give your time. Of course, you've given them their wings. That's what your job was. Let them fly.
Mhm.
If they come back and land a couple times, which they may, that's fine too. But your job was to give them the wings so they could fly and let them go
Exactly.
and love on them. But at the same time, value your time to create your business. And especially with this company, get your team behind you and create
Yeah. And follow your
wealth for you
dreams.
for your retirement.
I've heard so many women that is like, oh, I'm 50 already. It's too
Oh, no,
late,
no.
or I'm 55, or I'm 60. And I always say, there's never too late to do something that you wanted to do. And I see now more and more women like you, I would say like myself, that we think just differently. It's not too late. Actually,
No.
maybe it is the right time
Right.
because you have so much wisdom and knowledge. And right now, you're ready to do new things.
Yes.
But
and I can be
and
a
help
little bit
others.
choosier and know basically what is of value to me and what is not, and not waste my time, because I've done that before.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't have little kids that are keeping me up at night, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
I have quite a few young girls underneath me,
Yeah.
in my downline that I mentor, and they have little ones, and it's hard.
And it's hard.
It's very hard. They go to school. There's homework. There's one that's 3 that wants to challenge every single thing you do. You know, it's hard, but they're still very good agents. But I look at that and I'm like, I don't have that. I have time to sit and actually farm and market where I want and actually go meet these people.
Exactly.
Without
be
having
active.
a toddler.
And be active.
Well, that's part of staying young.
In the community and,
Yes.
and be young again.
Yes.
And, you know, put your
Have
makeup
friends.
on and have friends and go to
live your
events.
life. Yes.
Yeah. And you're making money.
Right.
And you're making money.
Right.
So that's something that I was thinking about the other day because I had this I went out with friends of mine and they are kind of like 55s and they're like, you know what, how do you do all that? Why do you do all kind of, you know, like I'm always involved in something.
Of
I'm always
course.
doing something. And he's like,
I
what?
like to meet new people. I like people.
I feel young. I feel
Yeah.
like I can do more than I was doing. Maybe when I was on my 20s and 30s, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just surviving.
Right.
Now I'm building, I'm creating, and I'm helping others to do the same. So that makes me even more
In
like,
my past, in my 20s and my 30s, I was in an OR surgical room with a cap on and not really, you know, around people.
yeah,
I was healing people and helping them get better with the surgeons I worked for. But at the same time, you know, they were either recovering in pain or they were in pain when they first saw me.
yeah.
And I saw a lot of people during those years. So this to me is people are happy and
It's life.
healthy and running around, and
Yeah.
you get to see beautiful homes and play a little golf with some of your clients, even though I'm really not good, but we have fun. And just being outside and not in a hospital setting is just glorious to me. I'll keep it up as long as I can. I love it. And
Yeah.
I've made great friends, great contacts, great family members just through my clients.
And I know maybe this is hard for you because being like, you know, so many years of experience and working in this industry, but can you share with us what was the worst moment that you had in this, like, you know, business that you actually thought about other than the 28 or 27 that you know, but it was so hard for you
In real estate.
in real estate that actually made you cry and saying, you know what, I'm done with this?
I don't really have very many moments like that. There was a couple just recently. You bring a cash buyer. Seller is in the 2021 price range. They haven't adjusted to the market yet, which we're seeing a lot of this.
A lot of those, yeah.
Okay. I've had this home on the market. I love them. They love me, the sellers. I bring them a cash buyer. We debate back and forth, and they would not. We were so close, like $2,000 close.
Oh my God.
He would not move, my seller. And that you're just like, did I negotiate right? Did I not, was I not strong enough? Was I not this and that? And that's not what it was. It just wasn't meant to be. I didn't cry. I just have to remember. And that's why I've never had any times where I've been really upset about it, because I really believe if it was meant to be, it was meant to be. And so the buyer went down the street, found a builder, and was done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my BBA didn't matter because it was only for that house. That's what they would let me do. So that just kind of, those types of things stay with you for a little while. But in the same time, there wasn't really anything I could have done about it. Now we have 3 more contracts, 3 more offers that are actually better for my seller. So that was the reason why this one didn't mean to work out. Does that make sense to you?
And that is so like beautiful, because a lot of agents, when something doesn't work out the way we want or the way we think it should be,
Yeah.
We just
lose it
and like, oh
but
my
it's
God,
not in your control.
we lost the transaction. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I should have done this. I should have just moved to the next one.
You have to.
Just move to the next one.
Otherwise, you won't survive.
Yeah.
You have to.
You
Like
have
that
to.
bothered me for, a couple nights.
A good couple of days.
I you know how you rehearse, like,
Yep.
What did I say? What did I do? Let me look at this and let me go back and read the text. Don't do that.
Yeah.
If it was meant to be. And then it was the next day. And after that, we got 2 more offers that were actually better.
Yeah.
So that's why, of course, when I got them, I was like, phew. But I did everything for my seller.
But that's important when you don't come from fear.
Right.
You can, because this industry is so like different every day. We're dealing with different people every day. We're dealing with different kind of properties every day, personalities, situations, everything. We don't know what people are going through sometimes.
That's right.
So we really need to be in a very good mindset of saying, you know what, we have to do our best, and we have to take care of everything that we can control. But the thing that we can control,
we have to know that we can't.
It's
not in our power.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
And that's what we spread to our clients. That type of faith and calmness that we have it. This wasn't in our control. Yesterday, I got an email, a municipal lien search, which we do to protect our buyers. And it showed an expired permit on a fence. This fence was huge. It was over an acre, brand new. So we're like, well, if we can't get that done, I didn't panic. The seller called and got it taken care of, and it was $100 left on the permit that wasn't paid. That's all it was. Boom, boom, boom. We got a copy. We're closing in 2 days. But to get that 2 or 3 days before you're closing, you just have to know that you can just let it flow. Things are going to be taken care of. If I have to step in, I will. And I did. And I called, the building department and said, send me a copy of the closed permit so I have it. And I just relayed to my client later that all this has been handled. We're good to close. And all of that drama she didn't need to see. But what she saw at the end was a closed permit and my email saying, we have everything we need. So that's a lot of the background with your people. I call them my people, my clients, like you said.
Yeah. And when you have that peace of mind and that calm,
yes, you need that.
You actually make the client to feel the same way.
That's right. Absolutely. It works every time.
Because when you are like crazy and afraid and talking and desperate, and then your clients are gonna get the same way.
It's like your child would.
Yeah.
When you have a toddler and you're freaking out, they're freaking out too. It's like, well, this is no good.
Yeah. If the professional,
you have to be professional.
Absolutely. If the professional gets like that,
then you're in trouble.
Then I'm in trouble.
Right. You feel like you're not safe. It's our job to keep them, under our wing and know that they're safe and they can trust us through the storm. And sometimes the storms are really rocky and sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's just so smooth and you're hugging each other with a glass of champagne at closing and saying, thank you, looking forward to the next one.
And it is so important. Those are one of the reasons why it's so important for as realtors to be in a great group of people or
Yes.
professionals.
Yes.
Stay together, help each other, because if you go through all these ups and downs in this industry, no matter what market you're at, you're going to have it anyways.
That's right.
Either buyers, sellers,
The market always changes.
whatever. The
Yeah.
market always going to
Always,
change.
always.
But if you have a good support, a
Mhm.
good group of people that
Mhm.
is helping you, it makes it so much easier for you, and it makes it so much better for your clients, because especially right now with all these huge changes in our industry, not
Mhm.
just the economy itself as as a
Right.
whole,
Right.
but our industry is going through a lot of changes and new things, and the news make it even worse because
Yes.
every day is like real estate and I don't know, whatever, we're gonna disappear. The agents are now blah
I
blah
know.
blah blah blah, and we all get so like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
No.
Get up every day at the same time that you get up every day. I do 5 in the morning.
Yes.
Do what you have to do, and keep moving, because the market is not going anywhere. It
No.
will change.
People still need houses. The market always changes, just like the
Exactly.
stock market.
It's just a
It
different way of
always
doing
changes.
business, maybe.
Basically, we've always negotiated everything. We show our value. We do know what our commissions are, and we're going to be extremely clear on them now, which we always have been. I guess some agents hadn't, and so we're paying for that, which is
Exactly.
okay. But we are always clear from the beginning to the end what this transaction is going to be.
Exactly.
And then it's always in the HUD. You get 3 days before.
Exactly.
Everything has been clear. Everything's negotiable. I've worked with clients to help them get their deal done in many different creative ways. And
Yeah.
other experienced agents have helped me come up with that type of
Yeah.
negotiation. So you are who you surround yourself by. You have to be around people that inspire you.
Yes.
That's
Definitely.
what keeps you going. And that's
Definitely.
what makes it so much fun. And when you wake up and your feet hit the floor, you're like, I cannot wait to start this or
And
do this. But,
and that is like, I am so grateful to be part of, and this is not like I'm not trying to promote EXP or anything like that. But I have to say what it is.
Mhm.
Last week we had a couple of events, and we heard from our CEO, which I'm so grateful. We have such a great
enjoyed
leader.
him. Yeah.
Leo is so like real.
Yes.
He will tell us what is going on, what's coming, so we agents can be prepared, and we agents can be excited to
Mhm.
what's coming,
Mhm.
and we can actually take action based on what is going on. I've seen so many agents, because the unknown, they don't know what's
They're
happening.
afraid. Right.
They're afraid, they're quitting. They're
Yes.
just trying to figure out what to do. It's like, oh no, this is not for me. The market's gonna crash. Everything is changing. The big companies are getting together. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just a lot of stuff that you just like, oh
It's
my
too
God,
much,
it's
and
a
it's
little too much.
misrepresented. It's
Exactly.
definitely misrepresented all the
Yeah.
time. You have
Yeah.
to have common sense. I mean, people do need homes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And for leaders, either team leaders, brokers, CEOs, individual agents, we need to make sure that other agents can be fine. I think it's part of our duties to help other agents,
I do
the
too.
ones that maybe are not in our situation. They need help with communication, with knowledge, with anything. Let's help each other. Let's just build this industry, and not trying to just kill each other. It's like, let's
Right.
grow together. Let's put this.
That's the difference between other agencies. When you go into your office and everybody has their own office with their office door closed, and they're doing their business as they should, and yours is separate. This is different. We all meet together and collaborate our business, and it makes us stronger, much stronger.
Exactly.
I've seen it both ways. And that's why I was attracted to EXP and why it's working very well for me, because I like doing that. Holding an open house for somebody else not only brings me buyers, but it gives me education on my market, which I need to be in homes. Every day I should visit a home that's new on the market. So when my buyer calls me, I say, I just saw it yesterday. I know exactly the one. Let's go. Right?
I saw a post the other day on Facebook, and I don't know, a real estate agent. I don't know what company he was from, but he was putting out there like very upset about other agents promoting his listing without his permission. Like, why don't you call the agent and say thank you?
It's your duty to your seller to sell it.
Yeah.
Yes, make it, put it out there. I agree.
What is your problem?
I know
with that.
I don't know. I guess they just don't understand.
Every time I have a call or a message, hey, can I promote your listing as mine? Go ahead. Yes. I want to sell the house. I want to help my homeowner to sell the home.
Right.
So it's just, I think it's one of our duties right now, especially right now with all these like changes and everything that is happening, to stay together, to help each other. No matter what company you're coming from, it's like I do, and this is for everybody, guys. I'm in my office every single Saturday from 10 to 12 just to help other agents.
Right.
And they just walk in, agents from La Rosa, Keller Williams, LPT, EXP, of course. And we just sit down and talk like this. Hey, guys, what do you need help with?
Right.
What do I need help with? And I can learn from others. And it's great. It's such a great feeling to be helped and to help others.
And it's also educational for you too, because it keeps you up to date. Like I go with these buyer's agents that I've been working with and teaching them about how to do a market report. And then now here I am looking daily at the market report again, which I do
that maybe
normally,
you weren't doing before.
But right, I do normally, but not as often. So now I'm looking and I'm saying, look what's happening now.
Yeah.
We're starting to balance out. It was kind of crazy there for a while.
Yeah.
Got a little crazy. I mean, homes were going in 1 day, 1 hour, overpriced, right? No concessions, sight unseen sometimes.
Waiving inspections, waiving appraisals.
Just please get me in that house, right? So now we're very, very different, and we're starting to see a balance. And teaching that kind of, reiterates in your head about that.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to calm these agents down is know the facts. Just know the facts. The market does change, but we're balancing out, and we're all busy, and we're all very educated and experienced to help people and want to and enjoy it. That's the point.
Yeah. And when you get to the point that you can actually share like your knowledge and your strengths with somebody else's, even if it's a brand new agent, they have a different background that actually they can bring so much.
Oh yes, they have gifts they give to me.
Exactly.
It's not just me giving, they give back.
Exactly.
And it's like that with any age.
Yeah.
Any age. So yeah, it's interesting.
Any age. Their personality, their background. Now with the technology, the AI, all that stuff. Maybe we're not like the best with AI. There's so much stuff out there that sometimes it's like, oh my God, how do I do this? But then you see, like I always ask my son, is like, hey, can you check this out and just help me to understand what can I do with this?
Yeah.
And they are like, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, you need to wait. Just show me like I'm in 2nd grade right now, But it's just awesome. I'm not afraid of using. I love AI. I love technology. And if I cannot use it because I don't want to learn, then I have some other people to do it.
You're going to get lost, or you hire someone that can do it for you, but you're going to need to know a little bit about it.
Yes.
And that's the challenging, the excitement I like.
Yeah.
Is learning new things. I've always liked to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I educate myself on different areas all the time. I like to read. I like to watch things grow and how it's going to help businesses. My son, my husband, and myself were all entrepreneurs. So what I learned may not be related to what I needed at the moment, but I could relay it to my son who's got businesses up and coming and say, why don't you look at this? Or take a look at Chirp, or
Do you
this and
think
this is doing. It's fun.
do you think for your family, we're gonna go to the personal now because I
Yes.
love going to the personal, but you've been in this business for years.
Yes.
And this business takes a lot of our time,
Yes.
our energy,
Mhm.
our family.
Mhm.
And how did you actually go through all those moments where you had your marriage, your little kids, your kids growing, now you have adults, but you've been in the business? How did you? There's no balance. I never said there's a balance,
I
but
don't know why they say that word. I think you should be smart enough to know what your time frames are. This was way before we had the calendar on the phone. Monica's
The Google
Monica's
calendar,
always
yeah.
like, put it in your calendar. Well, that really helps me now.
it
But
does.
back in the day, I didn't have all that. I had
It
to.
was all here.
Oh yeah, it was all in my head.
Oh,
So
those
he has-
calendars on
He has
your desk.
baseball at 2. I have this and that. I can pass out cards. I can make cookies and bring him to the audience at the baseball
Oh
field
my God.
and do
I
all that
love
while
it.
I'm watching him play. I mean, there was just time. There was no, somebody I could delegate to. It was all me.
It was all you.
And so, and I
The
made
baking the
I
cookies.
bake the cookies, put them in
Bring
a
in
little
the-
thing, put your card on it, and when you're watching your son play
You know what?
baseball, you pass it out to everyone. I got so much business that way, but I made
Love
it
it.
work. And one thing Monica is about too is it's not non-disclosure. I always get it you can't, when you put something in your calendar and you see this is family time,
Mhm.
don't interrupt that time.
Oh, blocking your time.
Blocking your time. It's very important. And I like when my clients call, I'm like, hello, even though I could be at the grocery store checking out or whatever, just wait a couple minutes so you have more time.
Yeah.
And I've learned that.
Yeah.
And I get contacts, WhatsApp, text, email.
Everywhere.
I've got 3 emails I have, right? And so you're just going to have to schedule a time when you can sit down and look at them now because of technology. You're going to have to block your time where before I didn't have to.
Yeah.
You just leave a voicemail. We did have that. But yeah, so
And that mix of the before
and after really
and
helps
the
me
after,
because it was simple back
it's a
then.
huge thing for you.
Keep it simple now too, because people can feel that in you and know when you're in the moment with them right then, instead of sending a quick text. Okay, I'll send that addendum, something like that. Take time again to be with them, and
People don't want to make calls anymore. They don't
Yeah.
want to. They just don't want to be on the phone.
no,
Everything is text.
Yes.
Or the AI is gonna respond for me.
yeah, that's another thing. Isn't that something? Oh my gosh, I could send 200 texts in a minute, and by just talking in my phone and giving it to them.
And blue, blue,
It could
blue,
even
blue.
be in my voice, which is kind of scary.
Right.
You know,
And I
Yeah.
see these new tools as very, I mean, it will help and it helps. It gives you a lot of your time back.
right.
There's some things that you don't have to do it yourself, but at the same time, you need to know when you have to be yourself.
When to pop in and say, I'm a real person.
Exactly.
I'm really here and I care. And I can actually come to your house and meet with you and talk about your future plans and where you want to go.
Yeah.
And maybe refer to you another agent who I know and love in your area
Yeah.
that could help you. So that whole personal thing still needs to be there, even though they want to make it easier to free our time. That's fine. And I'll do it to a limit. But I think we should watch it and,
Something
be careful with it.
Something that 𝗘𝗿𝗃𝗃 said in Miami, that I was there last Friday. Something that he said, he didn't say it here in Orlando, but he said the biggest companies right now, like the biggest companies in the world right now, are putting so much of their budget and they're planning on live events.
Right.
Those are going to be like the most important priorities for companies right now, it's live events where people can be live and talk to
Each
each
other.
other
Yes.
and getting to know the product, because it's been
That's right.
so much technology that we humans, we are kind of like desperate to talk to a person.
That's true. It's so true.
And
You see it all the time, and so
Yeah.
thankful they are that you actually came to talk to them, even though you don't have the listing yet. I'll
Yeah.
still go by and check
Yeah.
on my people who I
Yeah.
know they're in the works.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't believe you just came by and brought me that, or
yeah,
I just stopped by, or I just call them.
yeah.
How are you?
And sometimes it's like, I gotta go, but people won't stop talking because they're desperate to talk to somebody.
They're lonely.
They're lonely. They're lonely because right now,
That's
even
right.
if they have their family in the house, still,
Well, they need someone else. I mean,
and
yeah,
they don't communicate to each other anymore
right.
because the kids are in their own room. They
Mhm.
have their own, I don't know, games or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's I think it's gonna get to the point that we have to go back to person, like
I
people.
completely do, and I'm seeing it
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
In my repeat business. It's because I keep in touch with them. And it's not because I want anything to do with real estate. It's just I generally care. How are they? And they're doing the same with me.
And it's not the mass text or the mass
No,
email.
no,
It's like real
it's
contact.
yes. And I see them on my CRM. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to Heather in forever. And I'll just give her a quick call. And she's like, I can't believe you called me. I was thinking about you today. Blah, blah, blah. All of that. It doesn't mean I want to list your house or do whatever. It just means I care. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to continue to do. And that's why we have value. Not
Well,
only
because-
that, but in contracts and understanding the law of real estate is very important. And having run across scenarios and having, like I said, extremely experienced people behind us, where if I just want to sound off a scenario too, I know I'm talking to someone who has the experience just as much as I do and understands the law like I do. So that's important.
It's very important.
It's very important.
It's very important. And it's very important for young people, young agents right
Yes.
now to get closer to agents like you
And they're brokers.
and the brokers, and don't do things just to do it. Don't think that everything is easy and
Right.
quick and I want to close and I want the money quick. And then they don't even know what the client signed. I was asking the other day an agent that I was mentoring, and I said, did you actually read all the documents with your client? Do they know what they signed? And she was like, what are you talking about? I said, what's the ABA? What's the this? She didn't even know
What is
what.
the 30-day inspection period? Or no, I mean financing period.
Yeah.
What talk about
Yeah.
inspections?
She didn't even know the contract.
That is what
It's just click, 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 click,
running
click, click,
across
sign.
when I get offers on some of my listings too. I'm like, oh boy. You know, and if we all work together, and you know,
Yeah,
we all are
yeah,
for the good
yeah.
of our clients, but
Yeah.
it's good to have experience and to say, you know,
Yeah.
let's redo this addendum one more time and
Yeah.
things like that.
So, Kim, what is next for Kim?
What is next for Kim? I like building my downline because I love helping agents. So the revenue share in this business is great for me, and I really like that. Of course, I'm going to continue to do my listings and satisfying my buyers, which I love to. My listings have been wonderful. And basically, it's repeat business. These are houses I sold to them 3 or 4 years ago. So they come back. And that's always so gratifying for me to have that and just to continue to do my business and help people.
Awesome. And I think agents are clients that have contact with you. They're lucky, they're blessed.
Oh, thank
I've
you.
seen those agents that actually work with you in the same team that you are, and they love you.
Yes.
They trust you, which is huge in this industry, to somebody that you can trust.
Right.
And somebody that is willing to
Well, I will
help.
tell them the truth.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. And sometimes I'll have to say, well, get ready because here it comes. And then I will let them know. And they're like, oh, Thank you so much.
Exactly.
Thank you. How they wouldn't have known.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying a few minutes ago. Our CEO, he's telling us, hey, buckle up.
Right.
You
That's
know,
right.
get ready.
It's
He's
gonna
not
hit.
sugarcoating everything. Everything
No.
is going to, no. You need to be ready. You need to get ready so we can be prepared and we can help our clients in the best way. Because if we're blind, how are we going to help?
No, I really liked him too. I think he was very calm and real in the way he fights for us agents.
Oh my God.
You know,
It's
I have
incredible.
never seen that before.
It's incredible.
In many, many businesses I've been in,
Yeah.
to have the
yeah.
CEO say, you know, my agents aren't going to be doing this.
Yeah.
And here, agents, you need to look out for this.
Yeah.
And his communication with us through our internet sources that we have through our company is superb. The same with our regional broker.
Yeah.
You know, she's amazing.
Oh my gosh, she's
She
amazing.
is amazing.
We have so much help. I've heard, like, when I talk to other agents, like, oh, but you know, you guys don't have an office. I have my own office if I want to have an office. But you know what? What is important, to have an office or to have someone that is actually willing to help?
Oh no, it's the it's
You know?
it's the people you surround yourself
Yeah,
with.
definitely.
It totally is.
So, Kim, what would you say to those agents right now? That I always ask this question to every single person who comes to my podcast, because a lot of agents are thinking that, oh, there's a lot of people quitting and we're going to have more business for ourselves. I don't feel that way. I think
No.
I want people to be successful. I
Yes.
want to see those agents to actually succeed and make it work.
And they learn life lessons as they go, which to me is really important to my heart because I see them grow in life too and in character. And that really matters because in any business, you need to have all of those.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to teach them good character, good technique, and honesty is very important to me. And I really like that, to be able to do that. I think that fills my heart. One of the reasons why I do it. And to new agents, there, you know, life will throw some things at you.
Yeah.
And it may be because they want you to change, and you need to change it to a different direction. Go where the flow feels loving and good. But in this field, our markets change all the time. I mean, we were in a terrible market before, and then we rebound huge. Be prepared, be educated.
Yes.
Put yourself in the
definitely.
community, help people.
Yes.
That's what you need to do.
Yes.
Educate yourself. If you're a little slow, get back in the books, baby.
Yes.
And that will give you more education and fire to get out and help somebody, because you have an advantage.
Definitely. Yeah. And I want to say, add to that just ask for help.
Yes.
Ask for help. Don't be, just leave
I
that
know it all.
ego.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, oh, I know it all. No, we don't.
Nobody does.
No, we don't.
Nobody
So
does.
ask for help. If you don't have help in your office, your broker, or your team, just reach out to other people that can help you.
Mm-hmm.
And like us, I mean, we're not in the same team. We have a network together, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever we need help, it's just pick up the phone and say, hey,
What do you think about
what do you
this?
think about this?
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking about doing, or, you know, this is a situation that's unusual. What would
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah.
And your value, and it just shows that you are of value, which you are.
Yeah.
And that's why I said it again. It's who you surround yourself with.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. It's been great. So everyone out there, like all those agents that are maybe thinking about quitting or thinking about what is going on, what's coming next, just keep doing what you need to do. Just go back to basics, talk to people, create relationships, help people. Everybody needs to buy or sell a house.
Be consistent
Be
in
consistent.
your farming and marketing. Be consistent every day. Apply yourself and lead generate, because that's where you're going to meet your people, or at least talk to 10 people a day.
Yes.
Minimum.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. Talk to new people. just go to the store or
Oh yeah.
pick up the phone.
I've made so many contacts in Publix.
Yeah,
It's not even funny.
pick up the phone. Let everyone know that you're a realtor. Just call the person and say, hey, I'm just calling to see if there's anything I can do for you.
Right.
People won't get mad at you because you want to help.
Yeah, and they'll be glad to talk to
Yeah,
you for a few minutes, and they'll
exactly.
be glad to maybe have a nice conversation with someone they trust.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Kim. It's been great having you here. It's been great, guys. For the people that actually are live with us, thank you so much. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to watch this later. So if you need anything, guys, if you need anything, don't hesitate to contact either Kim. I know she's always open and willing to help others. Um, Contact me. I'm always open to just to have a conversation about what's going on with your business. We're here for you. And to all of our community, we are here to help you as well in this crazy market that we're going through right now, but it's fun.
Yes, we think it's calming down a little bit. I really think that it's going to balance out, and hopefully interest rates will drop a little bit.
Yeah.
But it always does. When I first started selling real estate, it was at 16%.
Wow.
16.
Yeah.
And yes, we sold houses and things were fine, and we'll balance it out. We're all in good shape. So
Yeah. Just have some good communication with your clients, with your homeowners. Talk to them. Have some good conversations
Yeah.
about what's going on, and they will understand. There's nothing you can do about interest rates or the market, but what you can do is just talk to your people, talk to your clients, talk to other agents, and just do your best every single day. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome. Again, next month. I do it once a month. I'm gonna have a very, very, very good, nice guest next month. He is just oh my God, he's a beast. And he is gonna be here. He's fun. He's a top producer in our market, and I'm so happy to have him next month here. So we're coming with more news for you guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Kim, again.
Thank you.
And God bless you again.
God bless
and
you.
thank you for all the work that you do with the team. Thank you, guys.